my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I've got another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we are talking about The Guest by B.A. Paris. The Guest comes out in the middle of February, I'm pretty sure. I think the 16th. And this is the second B.A. Paris book that I've read. I read one about a year and a half ago called The Prisoner, and I gave that 2 stars. But I was anxious to pick up another book from her because I know a lot of people love books that she has previously written, so I was like, maybe this one just wasn't for me. But as we get into The Guest, I think I've kind of come to the conclusion that maybe this author just isn't for me. So we'll get into that, but first we'll just talk about the plot. Like I said, it'll be spoiler free, so we won't get too into it, but I will share my thoughts. Anyway, this story has sort of 3 storylines running through it. The first is Iris and Gabriel. They're a married couple. They've been together for like 20 plus years, and recently, like in recent months, Gabriel happened upon an accident when he was out biking. And the accident involved a young boy who he knew, like from around town. He knew his mom. Because I think Gabriel was a doctor. I think maybe he was also like a sports coach, and that's how he knew the kid. Anyway, he stumbles across this kid who's had an accident at a quarry, and the boy's dying, and he dies, and Gabriel has a really difficult time with that. Like, it's thrown a wrench in his entire relationship. He feels a lot of guilt, he feels a lot of stress, a lot of trauma, and it's ruining his relationship with his wife. So second, while they're going through this, trying to work through it, they take a holiday to Scotland because they live in England. So they take a holiday to Scotland, they come home, and when they get home, they see that an old family friend of theirs, a woman named Lore, is in their home. At first they're kind of worried someone's broken in, but no, it's just Lore. She's there, and she kind of drops a bombshell that her husband has a child with another woman. And can she stay there? And she ends up staying there for like a long time. The third story is it's kind of the distraction that Iris, especially, and Gabriel need. It's a new couple that have moved into town, Esme and Hugh, and they're expecting a baby, and they become fast friends with them. And it's just what they needed. They needed a distraction. And so we kind of shuffle through all 3 of their storylines, kind of through the eyes of Iris, the wife from the main couple, because she's involved in Lore and Esme, so we're kind of getting it all through her eyes, although chapters do go to Gabriel as well. Now, so that's the synopsis. My review is this. It's incredibly slow. It's incredibly slow, and I can appreciate a good slow burn, but this was repetitively slow. Like, the good first half of the book is them talking to each other, like Iris and Gabriel talking to each other about what a nuisance it is having Lore there. And it's just like day after day after day of Lore's there. Iris wants to go for a run, but Lore wants to come. And Lore's wearing Iris's clothes, and Iris doesn't like that. And Iris wants to do this, but Lore wants to do it with her. She can't get any time to herself, and it's that again and again and again for nearly 150 pages. And it got so repetitive that at some points I was just like sort of skimming the pages, like scanning them to see if anything happened. Nothing happened. Page turn. Skimming page turn. Skimming page turn. And then, so like nothing happens. And then we get the epilogue, which again, I don't want to say too much because it's a spoiler-free review, but if you're watching this video after you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. That epilogue was bonkers. The epilogue takes us sort of back to the beginning of the story and then tells a different story very quickly. I don't know. I just feel like I like when I'm reading a thriller, when you get to the end, you can look back and see all the things that you missed, see all the clues that were, you know, the breadcrumbs that were sprinkled along the way. But I feel like for this, there were no breadcrumbs. Instead, we get to the end and then we're told all of the things that might have been breadcrumbs but weren't. And it feels like if the book had been better written, we wouldn't have needed to be spoon-fed that at the end. It could have been a more subtler twist, and then our brains would have been like, oh yes, and it would have all clicked into place. Whereas instead, we kind of had to be told it so it could click into place. So that's all I'm going to say about it. What I will say though is if you have read B.A. Paris in the past and you have enjoyed it, I'd say give it another go. For me, I didn't love the last one and I didn't love this one, so it's probably just a case of not the author for me. Which is fine. Not every author is going to be for everyone. Not every story is going to be for everyone. But if you did enjoy her in the past, give her another try. With The Guest, which again I think is February 16th. I will double check and let you know if that's not the date. I'll put it in the description box if that is not the date, but I think it is. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.